Hey everyone, this is Andy from Mooncake Visuals, and I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded a video, but today video is gonna be about UEVS that I currently released yesterday, version 1.3 with the new feature and also improvement on the current one. One of the improvement was on the rendering pipeline that now we had better reflections, and also I enabled Lumen for it. Lumen is a powerful rendering engine of Unreal, so I kind of wanted to take advantage of it, so I enabled that for UVS. And also I reward the studio importer, the GLTF importer. Now we can import, we've been able to import studios since version 1.2, but now in this version 1.3, we're able to import also custom elements without, and, work on them independently. Also, I'll be answering this question that if you got a question, you can drop it in comments and I'll try to answer them. And also, if I have to guide through it in a video, I'll do it. So feel free to do it. That will help me get more content for these channels and also help you as well, guys. So yeah, I mean, let's get started. But before we move forward, I want to tell you that I just reworked the Monkey Visual website, so it looks better now. So feel free to contact us on the project. There's a store where you can see the available studios for sale, and also there's a new Quick Review website. Go check Quick Review as well. How to take that and UEVS. All right, so let's get started. So in here, I got my UVS 1.3 open, and I'm gonna start, just a blank thing in my own studio. I'm gonna import a studio that I created from Unreal Engine. It's on the store available, and I just exported from Unreal. Very simple. Just go to menu file and then export GLTF. Probably I might do a video of it, but it's so easy. So just let me know if you are interested in that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import a studio, right, in here, and I'm gonna navigate to my GLTF file. So in this case, I'm gonna open the election studio in GLB format. Prefer GLB because this is a binary file and that has everything packed in. And I have had many issues with the GLTF itself. Okay, so we got our studio here. You can see it imported very fast. And in here we see how it looks. So this pure, bloom is because of the light, because it's the GLTF file, it's imported with the light, so we can tweak them. So don't worry. The first thing is we're gonna go to Customize Studio. The first thing we see is this black background. We can easily change here in the background section. We can set this to day, and we have a sun rotation value. So I'm gonna set this 30 or 90. So we can you see that we can rotate our sun, or we can set this to night. Let me keep it as day. So for now, so as I told you, like we got better reflection. You see now we have these reflections in there. They are screen space. So yeah. So okay, now in here we got this. When we are in studio mode, we got this tab. Keep in mind that this frame rate is because I'm on my personal laptop, which is a 3070. I'm running OBS, recording this, and so I'm just pretty much killing it. So, okay. So one good practice is to kind of, properly rename your actors. So as you can see, the notes from the GLTF files are there, and they keep the name they used when they were exported. So I recommend you to properly name it so you can recognize them. So, and I can click on them just to loop through them and just, for example, hide what I don't want. I don't want those cylinders, so I can hide them. But I can also click one of these. Let me see which plane it is. It's one of these plane. Yeah, this is this is why it's good to rename them. So plane, 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 plane. Let me see one of these plane. Where's this plane? Oh my god. I can find, oh, this one, 093. So I can convert this to a screen, as you can see it, and I can just pick one input slot from my. I have previously opened it. That's why I got this catch image. So I'm gonna load this again, and now you see we got content of that screen. You can see it. So I can just remove the reflection as well as we can do in a regular screen. There we go. So, but now this is meant for static elements, right? So I can just click on, let me just increase this minimum chart that we have here. I'm gonna set this to PM and I'm gonna just decrease the intensity of all the lights. You see I got control of the lights as well when we import a GLTF with lights. So let me just decrease their intensity a bit. There we go. All right, nice. So you can see we got nice reflections. Okay, so as I told you, I enabled Lumen for it. It's very simple to get it working. Just click on settings and in rendering, just select Lumen, right? And now you see, well, this is subtle change, but you'll see in the reflection how they look more natural. If I change it in this the screen space, but if I change it back to Lumen, you see we got those subtle reflections. I mean, it depends on the studio. In this case, I wouldn't use Lumen because it's a big studio. It wouldn't require like there's no need for this. I mean, it's up to you honestly, but in this one, I wouldn't use Lumen. I won't. I will keep us at this. But I'm gonna show you another studio so you can kind of see the difference of it. Okay, so as I told you, right? This is meant for static content, but what if we wanna add our custom element? So now we got this new stuff, this new custom external element that we can drop in the scene. I can click on that. If I move to where it is, I can I can move up. So it's a good practice to keep this grid always above floor level. Okay, so I'm gonna rotate this a bit, and I'm gonna place my camera next to it, and you'll see this is what we get, right? So this is what we allow us to kind of have a custom GLTF model. So when we click on that actor, then you import file, and then you go to where your GLTF file is. In this case, I got multiple here, but I already imported them. So I got Carlos, for example, which is one scene. So here, whatever GLB file you open is gonna be listed here. So I'm gonna click Carlos. Nothing happened because I need to select a node, meaning that if you import a GLTF with multiple meshes, you can select from here. Carlos is only this one. So as you can see, now I got this model. All right. So now this is what we get. We got this 3D element that we can move around. And also I can duplicate this and I can just select another one. In this case, you see this is a sofa that has multiple pieces. And I'm gonna drag this sofa here. For now, no, unfortunately. It works only with with the single mesh. I mean, they need to be worked one by one, meaning that if I duplicate this, I'm gonna select this sofa again, and I'm gonna select the feet, and I need to match them. Oops, no, I'm just gonna instead of the feet, I'm gonna use the legs so you can have a better idea. So we need to kind of place them manually in the scene, right? And for now, this is one of the limitations. So let me move this here, and let me move a bit more. Yep, up. There we go. So I got the sofa machine now, and I get this. So what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna add the talent. So I'm gonna add an element. I'm gonna add a UVS talent, and this talent will be medium one. Remember to always place the everything. This grid should be above the floor level. So now I got my talent here. I got this guy as reference. So I'm gonna use this position to kind of vertically move it down. This will move the talent, but it will keep the position of the original element or where it's supposed to be. So let me set this to, I don't know, the 40, 45. There we go. 3, and there we go. So I'm gonna scale down a bit so she can be next to Carlos, and I'm gonna key her. So I'm gonna click on my mini monitor. I'm gonna select media input, and in my chroma key, I'm gonna click on key color, and I'm gonna pick this. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna pick this color, and there we go. Nice. So chroma key, we got our challenge there ready. And I'm gonna minimize this. And now you see we got our talent there. We got reflections of the talent in there. They're very visible, but you can see that we got them. So if I were going to switch to Lumen, for example, yeah, it's the same because it's just getting global illumination, so everything turns like brighter. So let's add the screen now. So I'm gonna add an element and I'm gonna add the UEVS screen. Oops, it's on top of it. So I'm gonna set this here. And I'm gonna use my mini monitor to properly place this, right? So I'm gonna decrease the scale and I'm gonna rotate this here. I'm gonna decrease the scale a bit more. I'm gonna reduce the reflection. And now for the screen, we got this new parameter for this, which is the screen brightness. So we can increase or decrease the brightness of the content in case the content looks very bright. And I'm just gonna open another video file for this. I don't know. I'm just gonna that MP4. See, we got that MP4. I'm just gonna open this UAV, this PVPL demo, and then this gonna be input too. And now we're projecting our content in there, as you can see it. So cool. What I told you is like we got this new animation stuff. I mean, new parameters in the animation stuff. Um, we got now delays and delay multiplier. We're gonna see an example of it in a moment. But here we got the in animation length is how long the in animation will last, and out is how long the out animation will last. Here we got location and scale. This is like offset based animation, meaning that for example when the screen is out, right? When the screen is in, it's gonna be there like this default position, right? As you can see, it's gonna be this default position. But if I enable animate location, when the screen is out, I want it to be like minus 38 in the vertical offset, meaning that the screen will move down, will move in the vertical axis 38 units. So I can set this to 580, for example. For you to understand, let me just show you how we'll do. First thing, we need to kind of set a name for this. So main screen, it cannot be element. We need to change the name because we need to create a dynamic for it. So we can be in a group or no group. For now, I'm gonna keep us no group, so it can have its own toggle. So I'm gonna add it. Now you see we got this message that was added, and then here in Dynamics we got our main screen. So if I go back to Live Control, now you see that we got this button to take it out. So I'm gonna click on that, and the screen will move out, as you can see it. I'm gonna take in, it will back in. Take out, take in. So it's pretty much the same. So meaning that instead of minus 580, I'm going to keep it positive and hit enter. Now when I take this out, it will move up and it will come from above. Okay. So the scale works the same. So in scale, we have the vertical offset, meaning that we're going to scale it vertically to 0. So the scale goes from 0 to 1 only. So meaning that in the out state, this screen will have a vertical scale of 0, and then we'll have a horizontal scale of 1. So there's not going to be any change in the horizontal. So if I take this out, you see that it will scale down vertically. Let me take it in, and now I'm gonna set this to 0, both to 0. So it will scale on both axes. So you see it? Perfect. So now you can see that it's scaled from center. So the pivot is set to center. So meaning that the scale would happen from center. So for example, I'm gonna keep this horizontally in 1, and I just want to scale vertically. So I want the vertical to happen from top. So I will get this effect, like we'll scale down from the top and we'll back in from the top. Okay. So same if I change top to bottom and I take this out, You see it? This is what happens. Okay? So this is how the animation engine works. Now let's talk about multiplier. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this screen for now. I'm gonna put it next to it, right next to it. I'm gonna rotate it a bit. I'm gonna scale it down, and I'm gonna just position it here. It's just a random thing. I'm gonna accommodate my director camera. So now this screen, I'm gonna change the name, second screen, and I'm gonna add to dynamic, but I'm gonna create a new group that will be called screens. Great, so I'm gonna add this, and now this screen I will add to that group as well, screens. So now you see that in dynamics we have main screen as alone, but we have a group of two screens, right? And if I go back here, you can see we got the main screen that will only work on the main screen, and then we have these screens that will work on both. So I'm gonna take this in. So as you can see, that's nice. So what are the delays? In here, we're gonna specify how long it will take to delay. So for example, I want this to delay 0.3 second, and if this gonna be after this one would be 0.6, for example, which will be the double, just to set an example. But this is what multipliers are for. So for example, the in delay will be 0.5. Oh no, just 0.5 for now. And for this one, let's set this to 0.5 as well. And multiplier of both is 1. But instead, since this is gonna be number 1, I'm gonna set this multiplier by 2, meaning that this will be the second screen. So for you to have a better idea, I'm gonna duplicate this again. I'm gonna just move it here to create it a third screen. I'm gonna move a bit out so you can see it. And I'm gonna add this screen. I'm gonna rename it first, the screen, and I'm gonna add it to the new group. Oh, sorry, to the screen, to the group screens. And now the multiplier of this, you see it's 2, so this is gonna be 3, meaning that this is gonna be the first, this is the second, this is the third. Now when I trigger out, they will be out at the same time because I set the in multiplier. But now when I take them in, you will see we get first, third, and second. So, sorry, first, second, and third. And now this is how it is. So now I want the opposite, meaning that I want this to be the first one in the out to pop out. Then this one, the second one, and this one, I want this to be the third one. So, oops, sorry. And the third one. So if I take them out, you realize that it will not work. Why? Because the out delay is set to 0, meaning that I need to set the out delay to the same value as I want to have. So in this case, I'm going to set this to 0.3. I'm going to set this to 0.3 as well. And I'm going to set this to 0.3. Now, if I take them out, they will be one by one. This is nice. So I'm going to take it in. Perfect. So I'm gonna just share content of them. You see that it's really simple to to assign screen content in UEVS. Okay, now this is a feature, still work in progress, but this feature also works in our imported elements, right? If I click on this Carlos thing and this Carlos that we imported, I'm gonna move Carlos like in this to this side, and you see that Carlos has an animation parameter as well. So in here, right, the vertical animation, I want Carlos just to pop from above the floor. So it will be like minus, I don't know. You test it because it depends of on the size of the 3D model. So it's gonna be like 560, I guess. And I'm gonna create name it. I'm gonna just keep it as is. Don't ask me why Carlos. It's just Carlos. So now we got a button for Carlos, and we can take Carlos out, and we can take Carlos in. We can take Carlos out, and we can take Carlos in. So I could do the same for this furniture stuff, where I can just, for example, set a group with the GLTF dynamic actors or whatever, or we can, for example, have I don't know, a door that pops up, or we can do cool things with it. So yeah, this is pretty much how the new workflow on this. Um, okay, other thing that, well, before moving forward, I wanted to explain like how do we output UEVS? As I mentioned, UEVS is NDI based, so we can output an NDI feed and then just capture that feed using Studio Monitor. So, for example, if I go to live control here and then I can just set UEVS as name, press enter, and then output NDI, it started our NDI feed. So if I open Studio Monitor, I will open this laptop, it will drop the frame rate, but for now I'll do it in this one. And in here, right, we click on that and this, and we got UEVS. So as you can see, we got the UEVS feed in here, and we can just simply record it, right? Keep in mind that UEVS, this output, it's gonna output with the audio as well. So if you're using any type of audio, that audio was implemented in UEVS 1.1, I think. Yeah, 1.1. You can you can use the audio mixer if you want to output. If you have, I mean, if you want to output the audio from any of the video. Also in that version, right? We added. This full screen feed that will allow us to kind of output the full screen, one of the full screen video of the screen to the program as you can see it. So this is the method number one. Now if you don't want to go to NDI, it's very simple. If you have multiple screens, did you want to kind of just, and you want to just capture the output using OBS or vMix or whatever, you can use a screen recorder. You just move the UVS window to that screen where you just want to record, and then you press this full screen PGM. When you click on that, it will pop up the full screen of the show, and you can see it there. Now you can take with Alt Tab, you can go back to the UVS window and then move to your other monitor and then just keep working. This is these are pretty much the two ways where you can capture the UVS output of the, I'm sorry, the output of the UVS. Okay. So pretty much, I can say that's all for this video. I hope you understood and I hope you liked this UES version. If you have any question, any concern, again, feel free to kind of just drop it in comments, or even you can just go through the website, Mongolia Visuals, and there's my contact information. Any project work, we're open to work, as I said. So yeah, guys, I hope you like this video and hopefully see you in the next video.